Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and we are actually taking out a very low tier. I actually haven't played low tier in quite a while. Actually, technically this is mid tier, but still kind of low tier than what I normally play. We are playing on Fault Line, playing Domination. We have a Colorado, Leon, Arizona, Koenig, Pensacola, York, Galley, 2 DeGrasse, and 3 Agiles. On the enemy team, there's a Colorado, Leon, New Mexico, Iron Duke, Britannia, Fiji, Algeria, Omaha, Farragut, 2 Agiles, and a Minakaze. And I am actually in the DeGrasse, and I actually have done a DeGrasse video, but that's been some time ago, and that was actually a replay of another player that I was on the opposite team. But we actually own the DeGrasse now, which is nice. I finally own it. And I am joined with both ANC and APUC. The ANC is in the galley and the APUC is in the grass. And we are going to have a very, very fun battle for you guys. So obviously we are starting to push towards C. Jill is pushing along the island, not trying to really get around the center, trying to use that island for protection. And I will have to say this battle was very exciting, especially with what's about to happen. So obviously we are detected, and there is the enemy Agile, and the DeGrasse is a very good tier 6 premium. Highly recommend getting IFHE on this, but even without it, it's still a really good cruiser. She can definitely chew up enemy destroyers and enemy cruisers. IFHE will be more beneficial for those battleships. But friendly Agile does lay down a smoke screen and incoming torpedoes, but we should be fine. We do have an island that kind of helps protect us. And unfortunately for me, the Agile is not by himself. There's actually at least 3 ships around that corner. It looks like the Agile and 2 cruisers. And unfortunately for me, wow, look at that, 5 ships aiming at us. Fortunately for me, I'm actually within my smoke firing penalty, so I'm actually trying to get out of that. And okay, safely out. We are taking damage. She is a lightly armored cruiser, but if you do play the French cruisers quite a bit, you should kind of know how to play her. Now we do have ANC joining us. Fiji is spotted, obviously. We're going to try to take him out. We do switch to AP, but for whatever reason, I just don't seem to have the best luck. I think I might be aiming it just a tad bit high on this Fiji. APUC does get a few citadels on this Fiji and is currently focusing him down. You can see there are actually 4 ships within this cap versus R4. There we go. Finally got some citadels. Now we can focus on this Farragut. Try to take him out. We do have also Omaha. I think APUC should be able to deal with him, as well as some help from APUC. So getting some good hits there. And ooh, look at this. Look at that dodge right there. Nice torpedo beats right there. Should be able to take out this Farragut with little trouble. Let's see, 1 final salvo should be able to be sufficient enough to kill him. And now ANC has taken essentially the brunt of the force. Another enemy destroyer is dead, and this Agile is all that's left on this side. Can we finish him off? There we go. ANC does get the kill. He is currently on fire, and now we can see there are 2 battleships coming in from the north side, pushing towards C. And our battleship, well, we do have it in Arizona, but kind of keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on what he does. So ANC is very low in health. Obviously, it would be extremely wise not to poke out, because just one good shell hit from the enemy battleships will mean his certain demise. And I am obviously taking my time, and he actually gets hit. I believe he was spotted for a second. Now we do see a enemy DD coming in as well, and I do obviously kind of see if I can get this destroyer back, because more than likely that enemy destroyer is going to come around the corner and spot him. But the Geo does lay down smoke, which is going to be somewhat beneficial, but unfortunately he was just too close to the enemy battleships, and unfortunately we have just lost our destroyer on the side. Now, the Arizona, as you can see on the minimap, he's actually going the other way. He's heading back out west, so no support from him. ANC is still currently reversing, and at this time, the real major threat to us is going to be those enemy battleships. Now, keep in mind, we have actually just taken out 4 ships out of the 5 ships that have been sunk on the enemy team. The 2 battleships that are now coming in, well, I believe they're fairly full health, but ANC is getting a really good job getting fires and damage on those battleships. And he's actually, I think he's almost going to take out one of the enemy battleships nearly by himself. Now at this time, yeah, it's a little patient, but we got slow battleships to deal with, so gonna wait our time. Gonna see if we can get some torpedoes on that Jill, but I don't think that Jill's dumb enough to come around that corner, so just gonna play the patient waiting game. Now our team's doing a really good job on the semi-middle, in between A and B. There are a few battleships still left alive on the enemy team. The enemy team actually has predominantly battleships. They have 5 battleships and 1 destroyer, while we are essentially the only cruisers on the enemy team, or on the friendly team for that matter. But just playing the patient waiting game, trying to get these possible torpedoes off. And yeah, I really don't want to deal with a Colorado. Thought about dropping my port side torpedoes, but that would probably leave me beached. And it does look like the enemy Colorado does launch some planes, so we are currently spotted. But just being patient, waiting for those torpedoes. And you can see how quickly that Britannia has gone down. I believe with almost 100% certainty, the entire damage on that Britannia was by Opuk, just burning him down almost constantly. But it's always a good idea. Now, yes, these battleships are trying to do their very best to capture, but we're being the pesky little cruisers that are pushing around. Now, we were hard spotted. Originally, I thought the destroyer was actually north of us, but instead, the Agile actually went on the far western side and has spotted ANC. And ANC does get on fire, but he obviously does re-up that smoke. And ANC is going to get out of there as quickly as possible because he is extraordinarily low in health. Finally spotted by some planes, but can we get some torpedoes off on this Colorado? Now, the nice thing about the De Grosse is the fact that she is essentially very similar to the Galley in a lot of ways. She's very quick. She has decent range torpedoes. Her guns reload very quickly. It's very weird. And of course, my torpedoes get knocked out. But torpedoes are on their way towards the Colorado. Trying to see if we can finish off this Agile as quickly as possible. And the dispersion's looking nice. Get some good hits there. Now, Colorado, I mean, I don't blame him. It's not very often that you automatically think about possible torpedoes incoming from a cruiser. Looks like Alpuck finally takes out the enemy Britannia. Torpedoes are actually good. We get 2 torpedo hits on that Colorado. He is flooding, and Alpuck is actually doing a really good job. He's actually very low in health, as does all of us, but that Colorado is going to be flooding for some time and probably will be going down. Now, ANC is going to go ahead and head back into the mid, try to take care of this enemy destroyer. Colorado is not going to be able to actually open up on him. And now I'm actually going to quickly get around the island and try to catch this Agile by surprise. There we go. I actually flooded the Colorado to death. That is our 2nd kill of the game. All that's left on the enemy team is that lonely destroyer and 2 battleships on the western side. But can we finish off the Agile before ANC gets spotted and possibly killed? Because ANC is actually very low in health. He can definitely go down very quickly. Looks like the Agile is currently reversing, possibly going to try to pop smoke. It does look like he does pop smoke. And any moment now, can we quickly get around this island? Maybe catch him unawares. Let's see. There he is. Finally spotted. Looks like the possibly smoke's not fully covering him. Looks like he's trying to escape. And come around the corner, and there is the Agile, and ANC gets the kill and survives that encounter. And keep in mind, so for the most part, we did have a friendly Agile. He did help out. He did lay down smoke. He did drop torpedoes. He did spot. But for the most part, most of that battle, it was essentially us three and our French cruisers. And can you guess how many kills combined we actually did? We did 7 kills out of the 12. Yeah. So, really good game. Somewhat slow pace in the middle, but not too bad. It was very exciting at the very beginning. That's kind of why I like C. It can be very exciting. You're going to have those very fast-paced battles. But anyways, this is going to be it for this episode of World of Warships, of this Funday Sunday video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.